Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me.
Shalom Israel. With ISHPK, start off 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Under Commanding General Yohana, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians make up the 12 tribes of Israel. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Officer CHAAZAQ SHAPAR, teacher Lashawan Qadash class. Here, the young man here in Greenville, South Carolina. You know, we're going to go over a few things, some prepositions. We're going to go over the Lashawan Qadash chart. We're going to go over possessive adjectives a little bit. And we're going to touch on a few things. And I think everybody can hear us in the chat. You know, everybody tune in. Glad to have you in class. Got young man Quan here in class. Faithful coming up to class, man. Working on that Hebrew name. You know. And we're going to go over a few things. We'll wait for more people to check on in the chat. And you guys get settled down with your yan and your mayam, your water. And we'll go over Lashawan Qadash means the holy tongue. It's the original language the Most High gave Adam. You know, and Adam named all of the animals, man. He went naming stuff, and I'm sure he used Lashawan Qadash, which holy tongue. We'll go over that. We'll look at that in Genesis here when we go over it, and we're going to find out. We're going to define Hebrew. We'll go over a few definitions to make sure people, as you know, Hebrew is read from right to left. In other words, we go right to left, and of course, we use our Hebrew chart, which the Most High left us here, man. You know, we have the ancient Hebrew and the Assyrian Hebrew. And it goes, Abba Gada, Hawazaka, Tayakala, Manasa, Ipa, Taza, Kwara, Shata. And the sounds are exactly the same, but they're spelled totally different. We have the Syrian Hebrew, which we were in captivity. But the original language was the ancient Hebrew, which the Most High gave us when we use Tha all the way to Ha. We'll illustrate that a little bit on the board before we move on. We'll let a young man come up here and draw. When I say draw, the Lashawan Qadash has some artistry to it where you get to draw out you would say alphabet, but you get to draw out the characters. That's what we call them. Because that's just characters. Okay, we have Officer Shar just put up glad he put up the chat. The Hebrew chat for your name, and who else we got in the chat over there? When you get your name in Hebrew, you get to understand. You get your Sharban Yahweh. Good. We get to understand your name in Hebrew. Then you're being born again, man. You begin to understand who you really are. You ain't really born till you come in HBK and get your name, and then Commander General Yohana gives you your name. Then you were born again. You understand who you really are. You don't understand who you are out in that world, man. You understand that all you are is just a a dot trying to walk, trying to exist, but you're not born. You must be born again. That's what Christ was telling Nicodemus, man. What should I go into my mother's womb? Said, no, man, you just need to be born again. And in Lashawan Qadash, we born in people up in here. We're born in you are getting born, you're getting made out, pulled out of the dust, man. Who else is up in there?
Sean was saying that the mic is Tawab.
Mike is Tawab, appreciate that. Got a Tawab mic tonight. Class looks good. And we're going to move on. We're going to have young man Quan come up here and start off with a few things before we move on to some prepositions and some possessive adjectives. Quan, how many vowels are there in Hebrew?
How many vowels?
Mm-hmm.
Two.
Two. Well, let's write them illustrate that. He's going to illustrate some things for me. How many vowels there are in Hebrew? Right above there, and the what else? The other one. And illustrate how they look. Right? How do they look? There we go. Show the people how they look. All right. The and I. Now, is that it? We got a Syrian, right? All right. Do that Assyrian. Don't be scared of us. Get that Assyrian, man. Okay, that's one. That'll work. Take your time in Hebrew. This is that'll work right there. It's kind of small, but we'll take that. You got your eraser, right?
Okay.
Okay, we'll take that. We'll take that right there. Explain to people what you've done there. Tell them what the vowels are. What are vowels, man? Tell them. Just like you have vowels A-E-I-O-U in Hebrew. That's what we're doing here. These vowels.
You got I.
Say it again.
I can't even think.
The I and the ah.
It's not in the character.
Take your time. The ah and the I, right?
Okay.
There are two vowels, aren't they?
Okay.
And they, let's put a word. Let's use a word to illustrate that in there so you'll understand a little better, right? Let's use a word like age. Let's see. Now let's use one that's got both of them in there. That's fine. I'm sorry. Yeah, we might have to. Yeah, use this word. Like I want you to gayal. Gayal. Do it at first and right. Gayal. Yeah. Just how it sounds. Get used to writing that. A-L. All right, now spell that out. What does that look like in Hebrew? You should write it big enough so they can see it now. There you go. All right. Now, are you finished?
Yes, sir.
You got to draw. No, you got to draw your. If what's the whole point of doing your
Independent.
do your independent dependent connectors exactly? Yeah, explain to them how you come up with that.
The guy is by itself.
Right. So you gotta have to speak up loud so they can hear you real good too.
The guy is by itself.
Right.
You give it its whole sound.
Right.
Its full sound.
Let me see if I can hear you okay.
The guy.
Yes, yeah, I can hear you good. Okay.
And the y'all.
Uh-huh.
It's dependent because of the la. So instead of the ya la, you take the last A
Right.
off.
Take the A off of there, right?
Because whichever furthest to the right gets the vowel.
Because you have a dependent connector, right?
Okay.
And that dependent connector is trying to make one.
One sound.
Very good. Clap it up for that brother right there. One sound. So you don't need that last vowel in the la, right? So good, y'all. And it means what? What I said it means? Age.
Yeah,
Right up there what it means. And they say in the chat, you know, the mic is to Wab. Kazamar said you are loud and clear. Arwan, he said that's good. We have Matayala checking in, Dewan Carson checking in. Where are the women at? We usually have a lot of young ladies checking in class too. Like the men got the women beat now, man. But anyway, we got it. So hey, so that gives you a good idea of what the vowels are. And here, I want you to what's that green on it? What I do? Oh, where? How do you get over there? Use the green one and underline or either interstate. Use the green one there and point out the vowel.
The vowel.
Yeah, the vowel.
The vowel would be the A.
Okay, or the ah sound, right?
The ah.
Okay, underline it so people can see that. Yeah, that's ah, and there you go. Those two ahs, right? And then put over there, underline the ah there so people can see that's what that is. That's an ah there, right? And the ah and the ha, the ah has a sound, a ha on the end of it. That's how people know what it is. It's means ha, right? Okay. See who got checked. And no, it's understood that when you want to use a vowel in our language, you're going to have only two, the ah and the I. Let's put a word up there to illustrate another I, right? I always like to use this. Put zarai, which means seed. It illustrates both. Yeah. Okay. And we'll get you guys involved here in a second. We just right now I want you to listen for the basics of the class right now and to start. All right. Spell that out and what we got? Hebrew. Make it big enough so you can see it now. There you go. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. All right. Go ahead and explain that.
Zarai, the za,
Right.
it's a full sound.
Mm-hmm.
So your ra is dependent, so it's trying to make a sound.
It's trying to make a combination of a sound, right? Okay, good. Go ahead. So why did you put za by itself?
Because it
Sounds. That's
self-explanatory.
what it sounds like, right?
Yeah,
It's self-explanatory because it sounds. I didn't say. Well, I mean, I could have said Zarai, but I said Zarai. Big difference. So we have to listen up in Hebrew. Zarai. I could have said Zarai. So you did independent connect because that's what you heard, right?
Okay.
And you hear that ZA, right? That za. Okay, what about the explain what you got here with the other one there.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the ra, since I had to take the R out, I mean the A out, the I,
Why did you have to take the A out of there?
because the first vowel farthest to the right gets the
Oh, really? That's the other way around when we did that up there, right?
okay.
We kept the ya, the A up there, the I up there, so why do we take it out here?
Well, because it got the I.
Kinda. Exactly right, because when you got two vowels like that, you don't want to say Zara I. Write that word out like we did last week. I just kind of showing you, write it over to the right there, speaker. Write it out how it would sound if you left the ah in that ra there, okay? Because we didn't say Zara I, did we?
Nah.
We said Zarai. Zarai. Right?
Okay.
Now that word is, pronounce that word right there.
Zara
Exactly. You pronounced that perfect. Matter of fact, Zarai. That's not the word we're looking for, right?
Okay.
So in Hebrew, we find out you have to pay close attention. You have to listen, right?
Okay.
You have to enunciate your words, right? So Zarai wouldn't be there. Now explain what you've done.
Since it wouldn't be Zara
Right. So explain how you write Zarai. How did you come up with the connectors there, and how did you come up with the way you spelled it down in Hebrew?
because the Zah gonna be, the Zah is what it sounds like.
By itself, right?
God.
Okay.
And since it'll be Zara, because you're taking the Ra and the I and putting them together, you'll drop this A.
You drop the A. We don't need that A sound, right?
Like I.
Because two vowels stuck like that is not needed in this case, right? And that would be two vowels, right? You don't say I, ah. I mean, ah, I.
Okay.
So that explains it.
Conflict,
It'd be a conflict right there. So what do we got there? Now explain it. You're right. So far, you're right.
So since you drop the I and the Ra, it'll just be Zara.
Okay. So explain that again right there. Za and Ra. Yeah.
Yeah, so your Zah, which would be
Independent sound.
Independent. It'll be by itself.
What would be by itself?
The Zah.
The sound, right?
Yeah, the sound.
Say, write that word down. Sound. Right out to the side, yeah. The sound is by itself. That's what I want you to really express. The sound is by itself. It's independent, right?
Okay.
Okay, now finish.
And the Ra, since you got to blend it in.
That's good, right? Blend. That's very good. I like that one. Write it over there right under sound. Blend. It's a good word, man. It's a good word, troop. Right? And you want to blend that with the what?
With the I.
Very good. And when you blend something with another sound, that's called, you have to use a dependent, right? Dependent connector, right? Okay. And that's what the R and the I is. So very good. Good job. Good job. Good job. And that's I'm getting it so you can see it yourself. When you can see it yourself, you can really understand what things are, right? Okay, go ahead and erase that right there. Let's get into some prepositions, right? Very good. That's very good. I appreciate that. That's how you know that you understand your sounds. And of course, there are many more sounds in vocabulary, right? That's many more. All right, let's write a word. What word did you know? Like you told me before class, what word did you say? I said, let me see. Write ha-arataza up there. And I want you guys to pay attention to this one. Ha. There we go. Yeah. You see, you did something good. I used to forget the H up there and the ah. Of course, you know what I'm saying. That's what it is. I used to do it all the time, man. Good job. All right. Ha-arataza, right?
Okay.
Now, what does that mean?
The earth.
Right? So right under there, which part of that is the earth?
The Arataza.
Arataza, right?
Okay.
All right, and then we're going to, you got that green marker?
Okay.
Write ha in green there. When you get time, if you could for me, Baba Washa. Or underline it, something. I want the preposition to be at least underlined. Okay, now what preposition is that?
The.
The. Go ahead, write that down. Very good. The preposition comes before a word, right?
Okay.
To help the meaning out, right?
Okay.
Because I could have said in the earth, but I said the earth. Okay, if I write, can you write in the earth? Write if I was right, ba harataza. Put that right underneath it.
Wow.
Ba, ba. These are more prepositions, right?
Okay.
Ba, and then arataza. There you go. And why'd you put that dot there? You're right, but why'd you do that?
Got the ba by itself.
To help break the word up, right?
It's like a space.
And of course you can, yeah, that's just for clarification, because you'll see them a lot in the Tanakh. Sometimes they be together, but okay. All right, now I want you to write, where we at? With prepositions?
Okay.
Right up there, prepositions, right up there in the middle of the board. Yeah. P-R-E-P, I think. You know how to do it. P-O. Just P-O by itself.
I don't know.
I do everything. Like now you can do the word position, right?
Okay.
Yeah, preposition. There you go, I-O-N. And then put an S on it because there's many of them, right? Okay, so what do you think that means?
Ba.
Mm-hmm. Of, right?
Yeah.
So write that one down. Of what?
Earth.
Uh-huh. We can even say Baha Arataza, of the earth. We just saying of earth, right? Okay. Very good. All right. And this lets you know, like these are prepositions right here. You prepare a word for its meaning, like the earth and of the earth. Like you're saying the earth, like this is the whole sphere. But when you're saying of the earth, you're saying, hey, that lake or that right there, this is something of the earth. How about in the earth? So let's write the word, or it could mean. Did I say of? I meant in the earth. Put in earth. I'm sorry. Did that wrong. Sloppy. Okay. There you go. Now, if you want to write of, you want to write ma. Ma arataza. And that means of the earth. Right? Okay, and of course we're using words, you know. Okay. Now, what if I want to say, okay, there you go, of the earth, right. Marataza, of, right.
Okay.
And so you understand like ha, ba, and ma, right?
Okay.
Okay, good. That's prepositions. Now we're going to write up under it, unless you want to, we'll leave it up there for a second. Let's write some possessive adjectives. Write possessive adjective up there. And we'll explain what a possessive adjective is. It's like when you were taught in school, Like this is my pencil. Possesses. IVE, and then adjective, ADG. There you go. J, yeah. There you go. I do that a lot. Now, possessive adjective explain. It's like.
His, hers.
Yeah. His, hers. Go ahead. Name some more.
They, their.
There you go. His, hers, and what else?
They and their.
They, their, your, right?
Your,
My, mine, right? And that's very good. Let's clap it up for that. Exactly right. And that's what you learned. That's what you learned in school when you was in school. It's no different up here when you're saying a possessive adjective, right? So let's name some. Let's say if we have a word like let's see. A battle, like you said. If I said, now let's say. Let's use another word. Let's use one that's not so. Let's use a smaller word here. My how you say a word like coffee, right? Or my bread, lacam, Lachh. Is that right? Yeah, lacam, CHAAM. Right. Okay. Now so how will we do this? Now, if I want to say it's my bread, right? So how will we do that? Yeah. Now these are possessive adjectives, right? Not prepositions. They're possessive adjectives, right? So how will we do that? Well. Now you want to do it in Hebrew? Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead and do it in Hebrew. Very good. Now put your. We're using an ancient Hebrew a lot here because it helps explain a little better, right?
Okay.
Okay, so explain that real quick here before we show you the possessive adjective. That's the base word, right?
Okay.
So underline lacam right there. Underline that whole word, and yeah, that's your base word, right?
Okay.
So what we're getting ready to make out of this is something out of that word, right? Okay. So explain lacam written there.
With a lie, since it be my bread, the lie be by itself because it's.
But we're just saying bread first of all, right?
Bread.
Then we're gonna put on there the my part, yeah, right? Go ahead.
The lie, it sound itself out in the com because it's a independent connector. And the com.
What about the ka?
The com will go in with the.
What about all those vowels there? CHAA. Ka is what? Ka. That's a vowel. I mean that's the whole sound. Ka, right?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now what?
And you'll blend it in with the ma.
Exactly right. Blend it in with the ma. Right. Okay. Exactly right. So we're gonna blend that in with the ma. So we're gonna have. All right. So now let's find out the possessive adjective for mine. Right.
Okay.
So let's say ya. So where would you put ya at?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it'll go before the lie.
No, it's always start with the English. Know what it's gonna sound like in English first. Now that's possessive. Now you put the possessive adjective go at the end, not the beginning. Right?
That's how I put it in.
Yep. And matter of fact, I want you go ahead, ya. And put right up there next to possessive adjective end. Put up there, yeah, possessive adjective, put a dot and then put the word END. Right? Now what about preposition? They go to begin, right? So put begin up there. That it tells the people, have some more people checking in too. We're gonna check that out in a second here. All right, so far, right?
Okay.
We got any questions in the chat? Y'all type them up. See who that is in the chat. See what we got here. If you don't mind, young man.
You got Matai, Yala checking in.
Shayala?
Not Matai.
Who?
Matai Yala.
Oh, Mathayala. Yeah, right.
Young man.
True.
Marcus.
And Marcus. Yeah. Let's clap it up for all the brothers in class. Yeah, how about Shimmy? How Shaka rock the thumb to all our brothers. Got any sisters in class?
Yeah, Parabah.
Yeah.
Sharreal.
Got Parabah in class? Clap it up. Yeah, how Shemala thought about Shimmy? How Shad, sis?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, good. We're glad. And I'm going over the young man stuff, and we'll involve everybody here in 1 second here, in about 30 seconds. All right, and so you understand that at the beginning is the preposition, right?
Okay.
So Yah means what?
My.
So right, Yah equals my. Somewhere in there, don't matter. It's one of them, right?
Okay.
Okay. That's my, right?
Okay.
How about if we wrote our bread?
Our bread.
Nawa. And where would I put it at?
At the end.
So erase the Yah. You leave that one up there. But erase the one on the end. Erase the Yah. And we're going to and put Nawa. Nawa always means our. So you say, instead of saying lakam Yah from mine, we want to say lakam Nawa. Lakam Nawa, which means what? Our, right? Okay. That pen running around a little bit.
That was the way I was writing.
Okay. All right. Now I want you to, let's put a word up here, and I want people to, I want you to do me a favor here. I want you to, let me see that. I'll write it up here. I want everybody in the chat to tell me what this word is, okay? Tell me what this word here. You can straighten it up for me a little bit there. You know what I'm trying to do, right?
Kind of.
Trying anyway. Crooked. I want you guys in the chat tell me what this word means. Did I do that right? No, that ain't right. What else I got? All right, here you go. I want you guys to transliterate this word right here for me. Everybody in the chat. If you're in the chat, translate it. Yeah, Parabah, glad to have you. I got a Sean, Officer Sean in class. Good. Daquan, Matayala. And of course, if you are a trooper or a young man, it is customary, actually, really, to check into the class. And you say you are watching, that's fine. I don't mind doing that. But check into the class. You're just a trooper. You're not an officer. The officer can be watching. I want you to actually check into the class. That means state your registry, who you are, where you're from. You know, like say like Shar. Let's say he's an officer. He put Shalom, Lord of Christ, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatah. You know, and then you can say Matayala said Shalom Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatah, young man. Matayala checking in from Greenville, South Carolina. So take those examples, especially the officer right there, and you guys make sure you check into class. I don't mind you saying you're watching. Just like in Parabah, she puts it both. She put I'm watching and she checked in. She said, and for the sister you say Shalom Yahweh Shema Alathah Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, Sister Para by Properative Shar checking in from Monetta. So I want you guys to make sure when you are a trooper or a young man, check into class, all right? That's all of you, every last one of you trooper, young man, okay? All right? All right, for right now, I want you guys to tell me what this word is. Tell me what that word is. What does that sound like in English? We got some people up there? Okay. Well, that's who we got? Mata, Sean, Parabah, young man, Dewan. Who else we got in there? Class. A few other people in class. Kazamar. All you troopers and young men, tell me what this, slot to the men above you. Check all of these, and and then some of the officers, if you want to do that too. Tell me what this word is in English. What is that word? Y'all take your time out there. Interaction with people as they check in the class. What's this word here? Because we have a independent connector here. We have a dependent connector and two independents. Y'all tell me what this word is. Because we're gonna tell me what that word is. Like I said before, the prepositions come at the beginning of a word, and the possessive adjectives at the end of the word. And they help you explain a word. They help you define, like we said over here, ha'aratazah, the earth, ba'aratazah, in the earth, and ma'aratazah, of the earth, of course. We have more prepositions that we're going to put up there. Right now, we'll have possessive adjectives. It could be anything. It could be a preposition. Could be a word, a root word. We're working on root words and prepositions and or possessive adjectives. So tell me, what are they? Tell me what that is. Okay. And y'all like and share the class too. Everybody there. Share the class, man, so other people can get an understanding also of the class. Matayala, Sharakaz, Parabah, Daquan, Ashan, Kaz. We're still waiting on y'all. What does this word translate to be here? What's the transliteration of this word here? In Hebrew. It is the ancient Hebrew. That's because we have connectors here. That's the reason why I put it up there, because I know a lot of times in the Assyrian language is a little bit more hard to understand. You want to help them out here, Quan? Put over there on the other side there.
Where's this?
And you can leave it up there. Put just move out of the way. And then You can leave it up there because I want people to still see it. Not put of above there. Anywhere out of the way, because you can read it right across. There you go. Okay, now I want you to tell me what that word is. Well, yeah, you write it out. Start over. You're too close there. You're gonna have to move over a little bit more. Give yourself plenty. Always a little bit more. Always give yourself plenty of room. There we go. And you know all of that because of the. Now explain what is. First of all, what is that word?
Korab Nawa.
Yeah, Korab Nawa, right?
Okay.
So what does that mean? It means Korab. Underline Korab in green there. Somebody got somebody hemmed up there, don't they?
Okay.
All right. That word means battle. Okay, right above it, battle. Right? And what does Nawa means? What do we say in that? Right, that above there. And really our, right? But really now if you want to write that word and say it, you would say our battle. Okay. But the fact that it's putting possession like it's yours. You own something. You own that korab. That's what we call korab, just battle. So it's our battle. And that's what we go through every day, man. Korab Nawa, our battle, man, against these damn devils out here, right? So that's what they were now. Now explain how you get Korab Nawa out of that. How'd you do that?
That's the qua. That's by itself.
Right. And what does that mean? Something by itself.
Independent.
It's an independent connect. It's an independent connector, right?
And the ra and the ba, they blend in together to make ra, because they dependent connector.
They dependent connector, right?
Okay.
And they blend, and that's very good. The sound blend.
Okay.
So the sound blends. So the qua is an independent sound, right?
Right.
Concept. And then what did I say? The rob.
Rob. Yeah, it blends in together.
Now why didn't I put an A there?
As you drop the A.
Why?
Because the rob keeps the vowel.
The rock it. Clap it up. The rock keeps that vowel, right? Okay. And point it to that word over there. Ra. The ra is the one that has the vowel to be able to understand the word. You don't just want to say korah-ah, korah-ba. Okay? So what about here?
The na, it gets its full sound. And the wa, it gets its full sound because they.
And that made you do what? Write them out as.
It's dependent. Independent. Both of them independent.
They get that full blends, full sound. I'm sorry, not trying to blend with anything, right? Right. So the word is pronounced korab nawa, and that gives you a good understanding of how we do words, how that is, why that is. It gives you an understanding. So what is this called? What is this called again, right here?
Nawa.
And what is nawa?
Our.
And what is our?
Possessive.
Possessive what?
Adjectives.
And it comes before or at the end?
Before.
Comes,
I mean at the end.
All right. It comes at the end of a word. Okay. And it's always denoting or pointing out possession.
Yeah.
Now, preposition, that's, say, like, what if I want to say, in our battle? How would we do that? What, you see enough up there? Go ahead.
Which is saying
I'm sorry, go ahead. Yeah, no, you're right. So put ba up there in front of Korah. Put ba. If I want to say in our battle, right?
Okay.
Very good. In our battle, we have to fight. But in this case, all right, so write that word down. Write in above there. Very good. Very good, Quan. We'll have to hurry up and give your name, bro. So that says in battle hour, but we know that this actually in our battle. So you can actually turn it around, you can leave it there. I just kind of wrote it down there. Or you can just write it, you can put it in front of there to make it look good. In our battle, right? Now explain, what is ba? Is it a preposition or possessive adjective? Which one is it?
Preposition.
Okay, put PR by preposition. Right up under it or by it or whatever you want to do. Period. Or prep. There you go. And what about nawa? Right up there, right? PA. I always put like PA. There you go. Period, yeah. Okay, so you just, in our battle, that's actually a sentence.
Okay.
In our battle. You can use two words to make a sentence.
So if I say by, the N they're always going front.
Always. Why? Because the word prep means to prepare the word, or prep, right? I can say in our battle, ba.
Yes.
I can say of our battle. I can say ma koraba nawa, right?
Okay.
Go ahead.
So that's like in the name, by Hashem. Yahweh.
Ba Hashem, write that one down. Very good. Type it up. Ba Hashem, right? In the name. Now let's explain this. Let's explain how we got that word. So you recognize that word, right?
Okay.
Ba Hashem, right? So what is Sham?
Name.
Underline that. Very good. Sham is the root word, right?
Okay.
In words, we want to concentrate on what's the root word, right?
Okay.
Okay. Now what's ha?
The.
Right above, right the. And ba is.
And.
So in the name. So clap it up for a brother like that. So that's what that means. In the name. So when we say, okay, got a comment? Okay, go ahead.
Young man Quan said, Kaira Ba Nawa.
Oh, he came up with it?
Okay.
Kwa ba Nara. How did he spell it the same way?
La.
What do he have?
He said QARABANAWA.
BA, yeah. Explain. Come back here and explain why the ba does not get. Young man, DeQuan Carson, right?
Okay.
Well, we got your name coming too, brother. Hopefully you keep checking in class. Now check this out. He's right except for one thing, right?
Okay.
And he puts an A there.
Okay.
Why did he want to put an A right there? Explain to him why you should not put an A there.
Because you don't get the ba doesn't get its full sound.
Why? It doesn't get a vowel.
Yeah, it doesn't get its vowel.
Or full sound. Why?
Because, the ra, you're gonna take the vowel, you're gonna take the I off the B and replace it with the ra. Basically. Because
what's a better way of saying that?
The vowel to the I to the furthest of the right
Gets the
gets
full,
the full sound.
and the one to the left,
It drops it.
because that's the rule.
Okay.
Just clap it up, bro.
That's the benefit of that.
And why?
Because it's dependent.
Say that again.
It's dependent. The by is dependent on the ra.
Say that again.
The by is dependent on the ra.
Say it one more time.
The by depends on the ra.
The ba depends on that ra. So when you want to say rob, you don't want to say rabba. You don't want to say rabba. You want to say rob. That's very important. You got to drop that vowel right here. You don't need it.
Okay.
Because if you put that there, you'd have a word like quarabet, quara ba a nawa. So quara ba nawa. You want to just say korab. And the reason why you know that, how do we know that? The only reason why we know that is because of that.
Okay.
So if I wrote that in Assyrian, you might miss it.
Okay.
But if I wrote it in ancient Hebrew, oh man, you get it. Right? You understand that, Dewan, Carson? I just want to make sure you pick it up there. Let's see. Koraba, yeah, gotcha. Yeah. You understand, Dewan, why we drop the A after Korab? After the Ba for Korab? You don't need that A there. If you do, just say Khan, sir, so we'll understand it. I want to make sure you understand that. Especially right there. That's important of this lesson right here. Right?
Okay. Right.
Okay? And that's important. All right, we're going to, I'm assuming that you understand that one. What time is it? 7:53. Okay, we'll write another one up here, and then before we move to our next lesson here, erase that part of it. And I want you to we'll do a word like let's put up there put a ba up there. Everything's ancient here. Ba, ka, and ra.
CHAA.
Ka, yeah, CHA. You gonna make it big enough for them? Make so they can see that now. There you go. There we go.
You said Kyle Rock.
A raw, yeah, put a raw. Okay, now put your right there and then join that together. All right, I want you guys to transliterate that one. Tell me what that is. I wrote that word. Yeah, we'll do it that way. All right, I want you to put in, right before that, put a ha sound up there. Ha. Right before that. Right there. Remember ha? Look at the board, I mean, if that's what you gotta do. And put independent. Okay. No, that ain't right. Erase that. Erase that. That is not right. This is, pardon me for a second here. I cannot not forget the, I have to do something else like put a tense on there, and I ain't trying to do tenses tonight. Put la, and p. Make it big enough now. La and a pa. Okay. Independent. And join them two together. There you go. Put this up there. There you go. I'll put independent up there. Okay. Y'all transliterate that word right there. What word are we talking about? Kind of circle that word there with green so they can see it. Well, they should be able to. This right there. Yeah. I mean the whole thing so they can see what it is. Because we got it kind of. Yeah. There we go. Good. I want y'all to transliterate that word I got in the circle. In green now. Take your time, all right? Y'all take your time. Tell me what this word is. Tell me the base word is. That's what you got to understand. In Lashawan Qadash, you got to tell me what the base word is first. Right?
Okay.
Translate that word for me. All right? In other words, right here, what do we got here? Yeah, we got a ya sound. What's that? Okay, good. I'm giving it out for you. Y'all tell me what it is. Translate that right. We'll give you a few more seconds. I think somebody got something up there. What they got? Let's see. Might have a.
Shaw said ya kala.
Okay.
Ya YAAHLAP.
Who said that?
Paraba.
Barba said that? Okay.
She said.
Yeah, write out what she said. Write it underneath there. What she said. Yeah, that's what she had?
Okay.
Okay. Anybody else? Everybody had ya a lot, okay? She had ya a lot. And Parabah, since you're there, what do you gotta guess? Underline that base word right there. You know what the base word is, right?
Yeah.
Right. Huh?
Yeah.
No,
A
a lot, right. Tell me what this word means, Paraboss. We got everything on the board here. Pretty much, it'll be a guess. It means cattle.
Okay.
Yeah, right above it, cattle. And then now tell me what the word means of the sentence, because it's a short sentence. Yeah, always make it big enough so they can see it. Can you see that? I don't know about that now. I mean, they might be able to. Let's see, somebody else got something written down there. All right. Oh yeah, okay, she got something down there. She said it means my cattle. So right, ma. And where did she get that from? From here.
Okay.
Or she got it from her notes. So clap it up for her, right? Because she's saying, and like Dewan Carson maybe, who else?
I don't think he wrote down.
He may not have read it down yet. What he's saying, what Parabah saying so far, she's saying it's my cattle. Man, what is, young man Kwan, what is Yah?
Yeah, it's possessive.
Possessive what?
Adjective.
And an adjective goes and takes the place, it explains a person, place, or thing, right? And it explains the same thing in our language, you know. In this case, it's explaining possession of a person. And then what is Allah? Cattle, it's a thing, right? And so she said it's Yah, so it's mine, because that's what the word I use. So when you see this word, you say Yah Allah. You know it means my cattle, right?
Okay.
Very good. Clap it up for him, right? Now I want you to we're gonna do another one here. Erase that right there. Let's do this one. Tell me what that word is. Translate that word for me. Here you go. Translate that word for me. Right? Let me wrap up another one here. got some answers down there for me. I just kind of did another one there to see. She's got that one down there.
Both of them?
Huh?
Both of them?
Well, no, just do the first one first, then we'll do the next one later in a second here. I'm just writing some more down there. The word doesn't have to be that long or big, it just has to be explanatory. Able to explain it, you know.
Parabah said Kasanawa. Kasanawa.
Clap it up for you, exactly right. And right down there, I want you to erase something over to the right so people can see, yeah, at least that much of it. Yeah, leave the ma and all that aratas out there. Yeah, and you write the Basham, erase that one too. Okay. Now right down there, put what she had. She had K-A, right? That's what she had? Okay, that's what she had. Now, kasa, underline that word, kasa. Y'all make sure y'all put these words in your, kasa means chair.
Chair?
Mm-hmm. Means like a chair. When you get home, you'll look at this, you write your notes. I normally just bring my book and write as I go, you know, next time, but make sure you always redo the film and write down this vocab, right? And what is nawa? Hour. So write that. Right down there. And kind of erase chair there, and make it a neat sentence there. Yeah, just put right up under it. Now you can put down there our chair now.
Our in front.
Yeah, you can put our in front. Write it like we do it in English, because kasanawa means the chair that's ours. Is what it means, right?
Okay.
But now we're writing it like we do in English, because that's the only thing we got to go from, right? It's our chair. And what about this one here? Y'all go ahead and translate that one. Y'all translate that one. Translate what I have up here in green. Y'all take your time. Scroll down Kasanawa before that's good. Kwan. And who else we got in here? Matayala. Kaz. Were y'all participating tonight? All right. Pull that chat. No, it's good. It's good. You can see everything. Okay, good. Anybody wrote anything in there?
La.
Okay, I mean, what we have now, pretty much the same word we have, but just kind of write it for exercise right there, right?
Okay.
Write down what this word is. You want to write down? Write your version. Write down what you think is, and then we'll have Mata and Parabah and Daquan Carson. Gotta get you guys' real name. Parabah's got her name. That's her name. Yeah. Casa Khan. It sounds like almost like Japanese or something other. But it ain't. I mean, that's our word. So you got any guess what that means? I mean, we'll see if Parabah has the same things you have. Let's see what she has. Yeah, she actually does. She got down exactly what you got.
Okay.
So we got Daquan, you believe that's the same thing? Who else we have? Awak, Nawaban, Anawak. Banya Howard is welcome. Glad to have you. Anawak. I don't know if you're an officer, I'm not sure. Assume you are, sir. Anawak. Glad to have you, sir. But CHAAZAQ, it means like female. Khan, underline casa, is chair. And it simply means your chair in the female sense, right?
Okay.
That's a female, right? That's the plural form. That's the plural form for female when they're talking about possessive adjective.
Her chair.
Put it in green, if you could for me, Baba Kushab. You got it? Here you go. Yeah, Khan means, it's almost like saying, your chair. It's like y'all chairs, and we got another one in. So Khan, put up there female, put an F. Okay, and then put plural, PL. It means plural, right?
Okay.
All right, and then go right beside it. If we were to write it again, we'd put write the same word. What does it mean? What I said meant?
Chair.
Your chair. Put down there, con means just right to the side, your chair. For female. So if I was going to tell all the female that that's their chairs, or if I say that's your side of the room, I say that's your chair. That's your chairs. Right? It means con. Right? You're talking about females, right?
Okay.
CHAAZAQ. Now what if I just want to say male? You write kam. So write CHAAZAQ for male. CHAAZAQ. That's the male chair. So that's the plural for the male. I say CHAAZAQ, that means, on the left side over here, right?
Come on.
And right down there, there's male, M, period, P, L, and then put, there you go. And put down there, it's your chair. It still means your, but it's saying for the male, right?
Okay.
And if I want to say, you can erase Ma up in the Ratazah, so we have some room up there. Or you can, there you are. Or you can erase all of that if you want to. That's up to you. I think they know what it is by now. Right? So if I want to write their chair, what would I write? And if ma is the possessive adjective for male,
Okay.
ma is the possessive adjective. So how would I write that? Kasa. For their chair. Kasama. Kasama. Go ahead, write that up there. Kasa, Baba Kusha. Kasa, ma. Very good. And that's male. Put an M up there. It's not plural, it's just male. That's just masculine. You want to say kasama. It's their chair. But it's understood as plural when you think about it, when it's there, right? Or now write, how would I write the female? Kasana. Right, go ahead and write kasana for female. Kasana. We're still talking about chair, right? So make sure you underline the root word. Kasana, and that is that female?
Okay.
It's female, right?
Root word
Ma. No, the root word is kasa. And now what is na in green?
female.
Those are no, that's a male. That's female. I'm sorry. What did I say? Got me mixed up here. Female, right?
Okay.
Okay, now what about, but what are they? Are they possessive adjectives or prepositions?
Possessive.
Possessive adjective, write that up there. And underline the na and the ma. And the wa for that matter. Or the na wa for that matter. Everything in green so they at least have it on video. And na wa. Right? So casa is a root word which means chair, right?
Okay.
And yeah, possessive adjective. Possessive adjective. All of those, yeah, that's possessive adjective there. Right? That's very good. And that's what you want to understand on the possessive adjectives. I think we wrote just about all of them. I don't know. Let's see. Did we? His, her, we did his and her. I don't know if we did or not.
I think we did his and her.
His and her. His is wa, put casa wa. His chair. Put it up there somewhere. Casa wa. Casa wa. And make sure you and then but now make sure you put down what these are now. Underline the root word. And that is the masculine for possessive adjective. Wa is male. It's male. Okay? And put down what it is. It means his. Just put it up there by it. Yeah, don't put it on top of that. Yeah, his. It's his, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and then put it in parentheses if people understand it. And then yeah. So it won't get mixed up with the word, right?
Okay.
And so her is kasaha. If you want to say her, it's her chair, right? There's a whole lot of ways to say things, right?
Okay.
But we're going to have those ways. Kasa,
Say casa now.
what did I say? Kasaha,
Oh, casa.
kasaha. Kasaha. And that is underline what you need, the root word, and then ha would be, that's her, female, right? Her. What's understood if it's her. And okay. His and her. What about the wa? Did we do that one?
Why?
Did we even do that one? Yeah, we did that already.
Good this one.
Yeah.
Casa.
No, it's not wa. What does not casa not wa mean?
Our chair.
Then-
Our chair.
Okay, you got that down. What about casa ma?
Casa ma.
Right.
Hit.
There.
Their chair.
Their chair. Write that down there. There. Is that female?
Male.
Huh?
Male.
It's male, right? And did we write a casa na? Yep. And that's their chair. Also, the one up to the top there, their chair, casa na. That's their chair. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, and that's pretty much all of the possessive adjectives, right?
Okay.
And we put a few prepositions up there, did we not? Let's see how much time we got, okay? I just want you guys to get an understanding, so people who have not done this before. Daquan, yeah, I got you. Okay, good. Okay, good. All right, so people understand, right? All right, so we'll leave that up there. Now let's, people understand what that is. Okay, go ahead and erase that. Except for prepositions, erase all that stuff. And possessive adjectives, leave that up there. Okay? Now we're going to write in here a little bit about Lashawan Qadash here. We're going to write, let's translate this words here. Erase all that. I think they understood it. At least it's on film. Good. That's what we want. Okay. Now we're going to do something here in Genesis 11. I believe it is. Say, and the whole earth, I want you to write it one sentence right down here. Like,
And the whole earth.
yeah. And the whole earth. No, and, I'm sorry.
And
Yeah, A-N-D, I'm sorry. It's like, and. Write it big enough so you say, yeah, there you go. And the whole earth. Whole earth, okay. Was. Make sure you got enough room to write things now. Of, down here. Oh, of, yeah, of one speech. All right, let's see if we can. Now, what did we? You remember some of your prepositions, and we'll see here. And in green here, use your green pen. Right above it, what the translation of some of these words are, right? All right. Why? That's Hebrew, right?
okay.
As a matter of fact, write it up to the top. So we'll see if we can't translate it as we go, okay? All right, we'll translate it as we go. Why? That's what and means. Okay? All right, and go ahead and the. You remember the? Write it up there. Very good. Clap it up for that trooper right there, man. He remembers the words, which is cool. Whole. What do you think whole is? Whole is something like all or entire. Call. We say use the word call. K-A-L. Okay? We'll use that word, right? You remember Ratazar, don't you? Write it big enough so they can see it. Yeah, okay, no, that's good enough. Yeah, I see. Very good. Okay, was is a word called hayatha, I think. Hayatha. Mm-hmm. Of one, skip down here. I have to look that up. I think it's Shaw. Where we at? Ma. From or of. Put the word over there. It's ma. It's a preposition. Of or from. Right? And then we'll write the word one over here.
Okay.
Yeah, a cod. Wait a minute here. And the whole earth was of. One language, I'm sorry, erase speech and put language. A cod is, that would be right. Or a koth, yeah, cod, yeah. One language, it's lucky. One language. You know what that is, don't you? How would you say one language in Hebrew? G-U-A, or you can look over on the board, you'll see it. G-U-A-G. There we go. All right, now you go ahead and translate that. Huh?
Lashawan, right?
Yeah. Lashawan, right. You know that from way over there, right? Or you could say one language or one what? One lip. You could even say the bar, couldn't you? No, that's speech. That's speak. We don't want to say that one. You could say SHAPAR. SHAPAR. That means lip. But no, let's go ahead and put language. I mean, you could put SHAPAR up there. But we're going to put language for now, since that's what the class is familiar with. Of one language, right?
Okay.
All right, what else? Of one language, and then put and. One. Speech. And of one. Put a of in front of that. And back of the and. I'm sorry. And that's right? In this case, there we go. Okay, and is what?
Wow.
Okay, wow, very good. And of, in this case, it'll be, we're gonna say from. You could say from in this case, so we'll say ma. Right? Ma. So we're basically saying the whole earth was from or of, which means ma, right?
Okay.
Now here you want to write out a word. When you say akkad, we say one. Speech, you want to say akkad-yum. Why? Because there's many speeches, or many of one speech. So that means we're going to pluralize it, right? Because dabar, go ahead. Akkad, how would you say that? Akkad-yum, akkad-yum, I think. Dabar-yum, yeah. Akkad-yum, I think it's akkad-yum, I'm not sure. Akkad-yum, we'll put there one, right?
So they get
Now,
A after the D.
well, I think it's an A after that for this, but because of that, but leave it like that. Akkad-yum, right? Meaning that there's more than one.
Okay.
That's what that means. Here, one language. There was only one language, akkad. But over there, one speech means many, or akkadium.
So I want to put the bar then.
Dabar. Put the word dabar, and how would you say many for dabar?
Many.
But how would you say it? How would you pluralize dabar?
The bar young.
There you go. Put that down. Dabarium. Dabarium. And I believe there's an A in there. I think it is. Put an A in there for, yeah, right there. And I think there's an A in front of akkad or the akkadium. Akkadium. I'll correct it later. I believe that's what it is. Okay? All right. Kind of right in the air there, but that'll work. All right, read that sentence and tell me what you got. Because you use possessive adjectives and what else?
Preposition.
Prepositions. Clap it up for that. Exactly right. All right, read that sentence and explain to me what you got there.
What in the Hebrew?
Yeah, explain everything you got up on that board. Go ahead.
So why? There'll be a preposition. I mean,
Why is a what? What'd you say?
preposition.
You're right. Why is a preposition, right?
Okay.
So when you say why, you can use that anytime you want to conjunct two things together. Like this and that. That's I believe it's a conjunction. And is, right?
Okay.
And but, those are conjunctions, I'm not mistaken. So in this case, You want to say wa, which you've learned already, right?
Okay.
All right, move on to the next one. What you got? And of course, it's a preposition, right?
Okay.
And that's what we're using. We talking about prepositions up here, right? We've been talking about it all night, ain't we?
Okay.
Right.
How,
Go ahead.
How, that's a preposition.
How you know?
Because it's
Because that's what we
it's
said.
explaining the thing.
Go ahead, say it again.
It's explaining the thing.
And explain what thing?
The whole earth.
Very good. Clap it up for this brother right here, man. You know, in other words, we don't just say and whole earth. We're saying the whole earth. So it's explaining. It's you preparing a word for explanation. You're trying to say the earth. Well, in this case, the whole earth, right?
Okay.
You're not just saying any earth. You say the earth. You make it because we could be saying in earth, right?
Okay.
You know what I mean, we could, but in this case we're saying what? So we're saying ha. You'll never forget this right here. When you get home, you make sure you write these things down in your notes, okay? Because next time we run across this, I'm gonna ask you. All right, what else we got there?
Whole, that'll be possessive.
Whole. Say it again.
It'll be cow, it'll be possessive.
No, not necessarily. Whole is just a word, right? And that's why it's going. So basically, if I'm not. Earth is a noun, right?
Okay.
The whole earth is another. It's like a adjective or adverb or something like that. It's describing what earth, what kind of the earth, what's the whole earth. So so when you just put a preposition before an adjective or a noun, I mean sloppy. I think, let me see here. Matter of fact, let me find out here. I'll find out here in a second here. I'll find out. Let me make sure. Let's get it right. Let me see here. Might as well. Anybody in the chat?
Lie.
All right, let's see what that is here. It is man, what? I don't know. Anyway, I tried. Wait a minute. It said whole is an adjective, okay? It's an adjective, all right? In this case, we want to make it, it's an adjective, so we're saying if we were to write that whole earth out, we would use call as an adjective. We would use what we wouldn't say hall, call, aratazah. We would say the earth, aratazah. It would be like you have to put aratazah call. That would mean like what part of the earth? What it's it's possessive, the whole earth. So matter of fact, write that down. Here, I'll show you. It's like this. Here you go. It's like this. If you was going to write earth, you would write aratazah. And this could go for any word. I mean, you would write aratazah, you would write whole earth, you would write aratazah call, because that means it's actually an adjective, but it's a possessive adjective because the whole earth is like all of it. It's the whole earth, Okay. And then, but if you want to write ha, you want to say ha aratazah call.
Okay.
Now that we just made it a possessive adjective, because that's what it is. I looked it up. It's possessive adjective. But in this case, That's why we did it that way. Because possessive adjective, let me get over here. Possessive adjective, we write ha as the and it's the preposition, right?
Okay.
I mean, you know, right? And then we have aratazah is your base word. And you want to say call because it means the entire or all. So, because you're telling how much of this. You're telling the possession of this earth. Well, it's the whole earth.
Okay.
So the prep, then you want to say aratazah call.
Okay.
And then that would be a possessive adjective right there. Right?
Okay.
It's not on our sheet, but that's what it's basically saying. So we'll keep it this way, and the whole earth. Well, so we'll say, you have to write things in the way they are in possessive adjective and preposition. And sometimes you see it in the Tanakh like that. You know, that's how things are just written. Wa, ha, call, aratazah. Then we say, what's the next? Explain it again. Hayatah. Yeah, what is that? What is hayatah? What does it mean? I mean, it's just a what?
It's just a word.
Just a word. Was, I don't know what part of speech is. I just kind of brought it out because whole over there is telling. It could have said the partial earth.
Yeah.
It could have said the 1/4 earth. Then we would have to say, or we could have said the green earth. Now you're describing. You're telling the earth possesses the green now. I mean, it's green.
Okay.
But you're saying the whole earth. But a was is just a
Word.
just a word. And it means hayatah. And of is what?
Just a word.
Now it's one of those.
Possessive.
It's a I don't know. What now?
Well, no, that'd be a preposition.
It's a preposition, right? And it means also of or from.
Okay.
Right? It's of or from, right?
Okay.
And then it also means of or from. Yeah. Ma is of or from. Exactly. So there we are right there. Well, let's finish up. Let me see what time we got. Finish up. What you got?
Kind to be possessive.
A cod is just a word. It's just the reason why you know. First of all, you got to pick out all the base words. I want you to go through this whole thing. Go ahead.
Because it's not talking about like my theirs. That's why I wouldn't be possessive.
What's that?
The one.
Oh, I see. Oh, I got you. I see what you're saying. That's a good way to put it. I see you're doing the same thing as I did as whole earth, right? I got you. I see what you're saying. One earth or one language. I'm sorry. I don't think so. Now, if I said my language, that's possessive, right? Or if I said, and I guess you can say that. You can say it was two languages. I think that's some sort of different part of speech. I'm not sure, right? But I understand why you said it. That's good thinking. So we got a cod, which means one language, not two languages, not three, just one language, right? So basically, it's describing. I guess you can say it like that. You're describing what kind of language it is. Well, it's one language. I'm gonna leave it like that because I'm not sure what it would be the part of sentence. That's just some English teacher. I don't know. It could be. You could be right. It could be describing because language is a noun in this case. And so what is describing now? Well, one. So it can be a possessive adjective. I don't know. But in this case, we'll stick with the ones that we know. And
Possessive.
I don't know. What did you tell me? What is it?
It's possessive.
What is it possessing? Is it before or after the word?
After.
It is.
Okay.
And it's after what?
Language.
But they got. But language is gone. When we went and the whole earth was of one language. That's past. You could put a period there, couldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Now you want to make now and is a conjunction, right?
Okay.
It's getting ready to join something else, speech, right?
Okay.
So is it before or after language? What comes first? Language, didn't it?
Language.
So does it need and to make it happen? Don't even need it. So what does that mean? Then it can't be a possessive adjective again. So that means it has to prepare for something else, right? So
Basically, I got a comma in between.
pretty much. But in English, you know that you don't need a comma when you use an and.
Okay.
It's overkill. So the word and is, if it's not a possessive adjective, what is it?
It begins with a preposition.
Okay, then it's a preposition then, right?
Okay.
Okay, so now go from there.
My.
What does ma mean?
Of or from.
Over from, and what is ma?
Preposition.
It's a preposition. How do you know? You're right, but how do you know? Because it's not possessing an adjective. It's not a possessive adjective that's trying to describe the noun, is it? So it's going to be a preposition, right? So what's next in this sentence?
Akadiyam.
Akadiyam. Explain that word.
Well, since it's saying, because it's going into speech, so you will make it plural.
Right, and why would you make it plural? Because
Because more than one person.
more than one speech, right?
Okay.
And dabar, what's the root word there?
Speech. The bar.
Right. Underline dabar. It means to speak, right?
Okay.
In this case, we said dabarayam. That means is speech, more than one speaking,
Okay.
right? People sitting up here talking about we got tongue, we have the gift of tongues, and all it means is dabarayam, man. That means we speak more than one language, right?
Okay.
Parlez-vous français, or whatever the hell, or French, como se llama, right? What's your name, or you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And they're just languages, right? They're just Lashawans, and people come up here in these wicked Christian churches, sitting up here talking about I got this gift of speech, I got the gift of tongue. I'm sorry. The gift of tongue. All they're really saying is that, okay, so you can speak more than one language, or are you trying to say you got the Holy Ghost? See, all these wicked Christian church always trying to make a religion out of everything they do.
Okay.
Right? Am I right? They're making a religion out of everything they do. That's the problem, right? So let's say, I'm sorry, finish up what were you saying?
The bariyam.
The Bariyam.
Yeah, because it's more than one speech.
And how many are there? Many. There's many speeches, right?
Okay.
When the Lord went to the Tower of Babel, what did he do?
He tore it down because there was.
He what did he? Well, let's don't put up Christianity. So what did he do? The Lord didn't want. The Lord made those languages happen, right? So that he could what? Separate the nations, really. Just get us rid of get us left Lashawan, Qadash, and everybody else have all these other languages, man. That's why in Acts, when Peter heard everybody in these different languages, it was a miracle, man. He said, man, I can hear everybody speak their languages, right? Because our people were there, and we had gotten accustomed to speaking all these different languages, man. And so, in other words, what's a Greek? What's the person, when they went to Greek, they were Hellenized, right?
Okay.
So Hellenized, so Hellen spoke, what is a Hellenistic Jew?
Israelite that don't know their own tongue.
And what do they speak?
Greek.
Clap it up for that brother right there. Clap to you. In other words, Hellenistic Jews was those tribes that went over there, 10 tribes went over there and started speaking Greek, made Greek their language. So we call them Hellen, man. Anybody that wasn't in Israel and stayed there and obeyed the law, statute, and commandment, we called them basically heathen, really. And they were our own people. They were really this, what do you call them? They were really our brothers and sisters, right? Okay. And they, so we called them strangers. I mean, you even had, that had went to Moab, the Moabite, Ruth, right?
Okay.
She had went there to learn the language of the Moabites. Does that make her Chinese?
Lord.
Hell no. Ruth was one of us. Matter of fact, they took counsel and made sure they understood that, right? Okay. And that's how we understand who we are. We understand who we are. We understand who we are because of the Bible. It's our Bible. And so we have this, we have it up in here, this sentence up here. We found that what, in Genesis 11:1?
Okay.
I believe that's what it was, wasn't it?
Okay.
Genesis 11:1 tells us the whole earth was of one language, man, and one speech. And that's pretty much, we kind of broke down what the words are of what these, how you would say that in Hebrew, kind of did that. And but you know, that's the understanding behind when you're using prepositions, right? When you're using prepositions, and when you're using prepositions, you begin to understand, and possessive adjectives, of course. You begin to understand how words work, and how they interlock, and how to use them amongst nouns and adjectives. You begin to understand. You got somebody else in chat?
Loud.
Okay, good. You begin to understand. Wow. You begin to understand that. Say like we use words to that we like we said in the beginning. Lashawan Qadash is our language. It's one speech, man, that we did. And the Most High did that for us. And then he separated the nations. He even separated the Edomites from the womb, man. You know, I'm pretty sure they were speaking the Hebrew in the beginning, but then the Lord separated all that, the Tower of Babel, right? Okay. Separated all, because he didn't want us to be part of it. You don't want to be part of the other nations, because they were what? What do other nations do? You learn their language and you learn their gods. What does that do?
They'll turn you from your God.
Turn you from class stuff, right? They turn you from your God. Exactly right. That's why the Most High don't want you to learn their other languages, man. They'll turn you from worshiping Yahweh, the Most High. That's what it is, right? You know, and that's the whole thing. We don't want that. We just showing you when the whole earth was of one language, man. We're showing you where Lashawan Qadash came from. And it came from Adam, you know. And came from the Lord, I'm sorry. But Adam was given that language, right? Okay. You know, he was pulled from the dust. That's what he was speaking, Lashawan Qadash. And then the Lord started separating. They said, look, I'm watching these heathens, man. I can't have these heathens be around my people. Am I right? I can't have these people be around my people, because every time I turn around, you got some man over there in the corner somewhere trying to be a homosexual. He ain't of our people, right? Adam came from a different cut, man. You know, and that's why, and you got some woman over here trying to be a whore. Say, get away from them people, man. As a matter of fact, Adam was awakened out of the dust. That's what all that Genesis means, man. That's what this stuff means. One language, of course, one understanding. And of course, when we were in captivity, we developed to learn how to speak Assyrian, right? Okay. It was still our language. They took our language and gave us Assyrian characters in Hebrew, Assyrian Hebrew, of course. But Assyrian itself has its own understanding of its own language. That's just a language. But it's our language in Lashawan Qadash. Assyrian is our language that we learned
They use our, let me get this straight here. They use our symbols. They use our sounds and came up with their symbols. That's the reason why you can interchangeable make the sounds. It's easier for us to understand Lashawan Qadash through the ancient Hebrew because of the connectors, right?
Okay.
Independent, dependent connectors. It's hard to learn the Syrian. That's why we kind of have to do them before. If I didn't touch on the Syrian too much tonight, because I wanted to make sure we get a point across through the Lashawan Qadash, which is the original language, right?
Okay.
So everybody understand? You understand enough? You get enough understanding out of that?
Okay.
You understand what we're doing?
Yes, sir.
Right. All right, we're gonna end class here. We're gonna give enough time to read the announcements, right? And we are the ISUBK, start off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. The rule for the new brother and sister: when a brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother and sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes. It's a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8 and 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'asharah. 10% of every penny of increase the Most High gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher, priest fund. Free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you will like. The Holy Convocations. Well, our next holy convocation will be memorial blowing of trumpets. The first day of the 7th month, Sundays, 25th September 2022. So make sure we get prepared for that. It's not far from now. Basically, we got a good month, almost 2 months here, almost. Leviticus 23, 24, and 25. 23, 24 through 25, Slakia. Okay, remind Akim and Akwaf to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. We'll stand up. We're going to give a salute to our brothers. Come on over here. We're going to give a salute to our brothers. Ready? Mab Shabbat. Majid. Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabrak Thumb. We're going to do the same thing for our sisters. We'll turn and face it to the sisters. Give a salute, right? Mab Shabbat. Majid. Barak. Yahweh Shema Alatah by Hashem Yahweh Shah. For that we say Shalom.